Hey, what's up, uke family? Welcome back to another ukulele tutorial. Today we're going to learn one of the most beautiful classical pieces ever written for guitar. It's short, sweet, and beautiful. It's called Lagrima. Now, Lagrima is a beautiful classical piece written by a Spanish composer called Tarrega, Francisco Tarrega. So I spent the past few days rearranging this classical piece for ukulele. However, I do have a tutorial. If you want to check it out, I'm going to leave the link in the description down below. Now, there are two different sections. The section 1, which is in a major key, it sounds sweet and beautiful. The second section is in a minor key and it sounds a little bit more sad and dramatic. It's a beautiful thing to play, and we're really gonna take it step by step and learn the whole thing. Of course, guys, I'm not gonna throw the whole thing at you right away. Instead, we're gonna start with the chord shapes, which are really nice to play, and then we're gonna add the melody, which is going to make the whole thing a little bit more challenging. Now, I'm gonna be using my tenor ukulele. This is the tuning: high G, C, E, and A. Now we're going to start with this section number 1, and in this section I'm just going to show you the chord shapes. It sounds like this. So even just the chords are, just the sweetest thing. I really like it because you can kind of hear the melody even though we're not really playing single notes yet. So we are in the key of A major, even though Lagrima is written in E major, but of course when we play the same chords on the uke, we end up in the A major key. We have 4 chords, just the A major with 2 and 4, and then B minor with 4 and 5, C sharp minor with 6 and 7, and the E7 with the 1 and 2. I'm trying to use all the fingers, okay? So don't play with just 2 fingers. I'm using 1 and 4, sorry. Then 2 and 4, 2 and 4, and 1 and 4. We're gonna repeat this section twice. And then we're gonna have 4 more chords. 3 more chords actually, and 1 single note. We're gonna jump all the way up to the fret number 12 with this F sharp minor. So we have 12 and 11. It's a nice chord, and I'm using finger 2 and 4. Then we have 9 and 11, and then 7 and 9, and then just 1 single note on the fret number 7. So it's kind of a nice, interesting chord progression. And then the last few chords, we have the A major again with 2 and 4, B major with 3 and 2, E7 with 2 and 4, and A major. So step 1, really familiarize with these chord shapes. Now, let's add the melody. Now, first thing, let's add the second string open to the first 3 chords. So we're gonna play the chord shape and then the second string. For the last chord, we're gonna play more notes. So we're gonna play the chord shape, and then we're gonna have the second string, the third string, fret number 2, second string, fourth string, and second string. So we are arpeggiating this chord a little bit more. And we're going to repeat the same thing one more time. Now in the next section, we're going to play more notes. It sounds like this. So for the first three chords, we're gonna play the first string open. So we're gonna play the chord shape and then the first string open. And then we have this lovely phrase played on the fret number 7, 9, 6, and it's really played on the first, second, and third string. Then the first string open, and two more notes on the fret number 7 and the fret number 5. Make sure that you let these two notes ring out. Now the last few chords, the A major, played with the first string open, so play the chord shape, then the first string open. The B major, which is played simultaneously, but then also the first string, fret number 2 with the bar chord. Or if you want, you can just bring the index finger down. So you pluck the two strings simultaneously. And then the first string for number 2. For the E7 chord, we're just gonna play these two notes one by one. So we're gonna have the third string and the second string, and we'll finish with the E major. Now let's take a look at the second section, played in A minor. Now this is lovely, and one thing that I like about this section is the fact that we have less chords and more melody. So it's kind of a nice way to approach a composition. You have the section 1, which is full of chords, nice and sweet thing to play. And then the section 2 is in a completely different key. We are in a minor key, so it sounds more sad, mysterious, and melancholic. But also the way we're gonna approach this melody is completely different. In fact, we have way less chords and more single notes. It sounds like this. This is the first section. So we're gonna start with the A minor chord, just 2, 0, 0, and 3. I like to strum the chord or arpeggiate the strings quickly with thumb, index, middle, and ring. But you can do it with the thumb too. Then we're gonna slide all the way up to the fret number 8, 7, and 0. Such a beautiful, beautiful and romantic phrase. Now the E7 with 1, 2, 0, 2, and the fret number 3, always on the first string. And we finish with the A minor with 2, 0, 0, 0. That's a nice, phrase. But then we have this lovely melody in thirds. So I'm playing two notes, two strings, always the first and the second. I have 8 and 10, 7 and 8, 5 and 7, 3 and 5, 5 and 7, and 7 and 8. So we're basically going down and then up again. And then the A minor again with a strum, right? It's a lovely section. Now once we strum them, we're gonna have to jump all the way up to the fret number 12. Is it 12? It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exactly. Fret number 12. So you got the A minor, 12, and then a set of diminished chords. This is, how beautiful, right? We got two strings, fourth and first string on 7 and 8, 4 and 5, and 1 on the fourth string. This is probably my favorite section. Now we have a few more chords. So we're playing this nice progression. So we're going to start with the first string, fret number 2, and then the A minor. We have just 2 and 3, and then the second string. 4 and 5, and then the second string, and then 5 and 7, and then the second string. Then this phrase, which is played with 6 notes. We have 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7. And finally, the last few chords, the A minor, which is played just with open strings, 1, and then 2 and 3. The G7, which is actually more of a diminished chord, to be honest with you. We are playing the fret number 2, 1, and 2. And I'm playing the first string, and then the second and third. And we finish with the E7, with the fret number 1, and then 2 and 0. And the A minor, 3 open strings, and then the fret number 2 on the 4th string. Now I know what you're thinking, it's a challenging piece, it looks complex, it looks busy, and there is a lot going on. But I think if you take it step by step, you can slowly get there. Of course, guys, we all need to be challenged. And so I think sometimes, you really want to take it a step further and try something that is a little bit out of your comfort zone. If you've been playing, the same chords for a while and you feel kind of bored, just give it a try. Because even if it takes, a month or two to learn even just one section, who cares? The most important thing is that if you enjoy this classical piece and you feel you want to learn it, just give it a try because it's always worth it. Now, I'm going to leave you to practice that. The tab is available on my Patreon page. Otherwise, just follow the tutorial step by step and enjoy learning this beautiful classical piece. Good luck with this lesson, guys, and I'll see you next time.